VFR 1200. VFR 1200X. It's Crosstourer. So it's a heavy bike, as you can imagine. It's not as nimble as the it's not as nimble as the oh man, I have to stop again. It's not as nimble as the CB650F, but then again it does weigh a lot more. It's almost 300 kilogram bike. No, it's not 300. It's about 260. 260, and it's a big bike. And actually, it's one of the bikes I am considering if I am to replace my NC. So this one has 1200 cc V4 detuned to have low end torque, and it's based on VFR 1200F model, which is a sport tourer, and it has a DCT gearbox. It does have a DCT gearbox. It's 33 degrees. I'm taking the same route as I did before. Actually a little bit more, but we'll see. First opinions. I have ridden VFR 1200XD Crosstourer 2014 model. And they feel the same, even though this feels like it has a forward slope like the NC, but the seat is so much more comfortable. But then again, it's the 16,000 euro bike. It has to have more. But with that you cannot lane split, obviously, it's too wide. I can flat foot it just about, and I'm 190, actually 188, 189, 190, it depends, or 6'2". So I do like the DCT. Some people say it takes away the motorcycling experience. I completely disagree. It does not. Like someone in the forum said, it enhances it. And I completely agree. It enhances it. Only thing you don't have is a clutch. You can still change gears manually. You can even buy a foot shifter if you really want. So yeah, I'm taking this bike to highway again. Then I will be heading back to the city. and I'm heading to home actually. But since it has to be 1 o'clock, it has to be back, I can actually take a longer route. And I believe, no, actually I will not take that route that I had in mind. Because the route that I had in mind would mean that there is a roadworks ahead, and it's 33 degrees. Bike that's so expensive should have the cruise control. So Honda, what the hell? Why don't you have a cruise control? What do you show? It does offer a very good wind protection, as all the Tourers, I would guess. It does have the crash bars, which I like, and my last camping trip, I used the crash bars as an additional mounting point for my camping gear with my NC700X. And yeah, if I am going to get this bike, I'm not gonna tell you if I'm going to get a new bike or not, then the new bike will be maybe this one, maybe not, but I do want a new luggage system. The Honda original luggage system I don't like so much. I want the tracks. So probably if I'm going to get a new bike, it will have a Trax luggage. Or if I'm not going to get a new bike, I will buy a Trax luggage system for my NC, for my Falcon. I'm not sure why I'm not using the correct name. It does have a nice sound to it. Not the TCT, but the V4 sounds just awesome. It has 95 kilowatts, if I'm correct. 2013 model has the traction control. 2014 model has 3 levels of traction control. So how does the TCT gearbox enhance your riding? You can have 3 different modes. Manual, with that, I now have a manual control. You see 5th gear, 4th gear, 3rd, and I have a drive mode and I have a sport mode. So you can change, but the only thing you don't have is the clutch. Also, stalling your bike, not gonna happen. So the brake lever is in a weird position. It's in a weird position, but if you're riding when you're standing, then it's probably okay. The suspension feels a little bit harder than it did with the NM4. Maybe it is a little bit harder. And suspension can be adjusted. So the fuel tank is empty. Wonder how far I can get with it. Average is 6. I believe it's thanks to me. Now average is 7.3. With an empty fuel tank you can get 51 kilometers. Is the heat doing something to me? Because I almost braked and it was a green light, and now again. I think it has a 22-liter tank. Nice big tank. I'm getting out of the... Okay. We'll take a highway route, the same as I've taken twice before. It's such a big bike. And it has low center of gravity.